this. Someone flicks me a bad body. So, it's another one, yeah. It's a full run, yeah. Oh, it's another one, yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to iBoxingHub. Remember, guys, if you're new to this channel, remember to like, share, and subscribe. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours truly, Trey. What's good?
Well, good, cuz obviously big up to you. We're doing the double shift for the community. So obviously the first episode that we did was truly tremendous. Of course, we had a little catch up with George Jakovic, and guys, make sure you head over to the channel and just check out our chat with George. He's an absolute legend in our eyes. He's a fan like us, but he's been involved in the sport, man. So it was really good to just kind of get his take on his story. And look, we've even got a clip of his podcast. So guys, if you haven't tuned into it, just make sure you tune into One Round.
You give me George. 3 minutes, 1 round, I'll give you boxing. Ever since I was a kid and saw Sugar Ray Leonard fight, I've loved boxing. I was at HBO for 15 years as a feature producer, won a few sports Emmys.
Not bad.
I got to travel the world and tell the great stories of these fighters.
Maybe something of a rooting interest in Alexander among the entire HBO Sports crew here, because Alexander's manager is former HBO Sports producer George Jakovic.
I've managed a fighter. I've worked a fighter's corner, being as close to the action as you can get. My life has revolved around boxing.
You heard him, cuz his life evolved around boxing. So it was a tremendous interview. So obviously big up to George once again. And Jams is obviously saying welcome back. We're back for the double header, of course. And cuz obviously before we get started, look, I'm wearing the trackie. And look, I'm actually excited about our promo because you're actually featuring it. So cuz your bit just gives it the bit of little something, man. So big up to you, big up to the whole of the iBoxingHub family, obviously representing iBoxingHub in association with D-Rock. So guys, make sure you're supporting us by taking advantage of the discount code. It's just you get 40% off anything. Just put in the code iBoxingHub24 and you've seen the range. Just take advantage of it. Obviously, it's carnival today. Certain people are going. Hopefully, some people went in there, got some shorts, t-shirts, whatever. But you know the vibes, you know the energy. Big up to Aisha once again. She's obviously saying big up George. Great show with him. He's a tremendous character. Obviously, big up to Mr. Neutral and the gents in the chat, and also our sister, of course. And everyone's just saying what's going on. Because obviously, we're supposed to have a guest. He could join us at any moment anyway, but I just wanted to take this opportunity to big up Mr. Neutral in the chat. He obviously managed to, meet the voice of boxing in Adam Smith. Like, that was just truly, truly, truly tremendous. And look, here's a clip from...
that I admire and respect and love is just it's an absolute pleasure.
Well, big up to the voice of boxing and big up to Mr. Neutral for carrying out a tremendous interview as well. And also, because, we've been busy, he's been busy as well. He obviously got to catch up with the trainer of Martin Bacoli, the legendary Billy Nelson. So, guys, look, you got 2 sets of interviews, and just to round it up, here's the clip from the Billy Nelson interview.
With regards to Martin, Martin came to Scotland with absolutely zero. You know, he turned up here with nothing. And
That's right.
I got him a flat, we got him a car, we fed him, we watered him, we looked after him like a son, you know, because I felt it was my responsibility to look after him, because he's a guy that came to my country the same way he looked after me when I went to Congo a couple of weeks ago. You know, I wanted for nothing. Not that I asked for anything, but you would want for nothing. And the same had to apply for him when he was here, because he's my responsibility.
Since being with you, you've been on record as saying he come with nothing, he's worked hard, and he listened, and he's now a wealthy man because of that. You know, that must fill you with pride.
That makes me really happy.
Yes, obviously, big up to Neutral once again. So that's Billy Nelson and Adam Smith. What a tremendous week, man. So big up to the whole of the family for the work, and big up to the community as well, because we do these shows for you. On Sunday, of course, I would like to relax, you know, sit down, watch some boxing or participate in sports. But, you know, this side is what I love to do as well, just to give you guys tremendous content. So, cuz whilst we're obviously waiting for our guest, hopefully he joins us at some point, let's just, you know, get down to business, what we normally do.
Yeah, of course. I just wanted to know, with Martin Bakole and Zhang, is it definitely happening? Are they in talks, or is it just all hype?
From my understanding, that's the fight that they want. They want to make that fight. You know, our brother Martin, he wants to fight the best in the division, because obviously he feels that, you know, from being in certain sparring sessions, you know, he's been in there with the likes of Ajay Kabayal. You know, our sister Aisha has, you know, done an interview with him. He's hungry. He wants the big fights. He's even been there with Usyk as well. So of course, look, he wants to do it, and I'm just hoping, you know, they can deliver, and something tremendous can happen as well, man. And look, just let's know. Big up to you, Neutral, man. Big up to you. Yes, big up to Jason Murphy. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Jams is obviously saying one of the best interviews he's seen. So look, this is all the credit given to Mr. Neutral. So big up to him, man. Because I think it happened.
I believe that fight should just happen. If it's the fight that's going to be happening next, they should put it on the undercard on the 21st of December. It just makes sense. I understand, you know, they're talking about Africa or China, but I just want to see that fight happening. I think because at the moment we don't really know who's fighting on the U6 Fury's undercard yet. I think that would be a good co-main event. If anything, I think that'll probably steal the show, if I'm honest with you.
Well, you're saying that you'd put that in the undercard for card. No, it's an interesting point, man. I would love to see it. I would love to see it, of course, cuz, man. I can't even lie to you. I would love to see it. But will it happen? This is what I want to know from the community. Well, if you were his see, are you putting Martin Bakole versus Big Bang Zhang in that undercard for that event? Just give us your thoughts. We want to know. Really?
Do you know, I would, because look, Zhang ain't getting any younger. Do you know what I mean? And you know, I just want to see the fight happen. Zhang's coming from a big win when he beat Wilder. Bakole's coming from a big win. He just beat Gerard Anderson. Let's just make it happen. Let's not waste time. Forget all this purse bids. No, let's just run it December the 21st, Saudi. And if anything, however it goes, if there's a rematch, then we can decide whether we'll have it in Africa or China. But let's just have it.
Let's have it. You know, in the famous words of Dylan White, man. Let's have it. You know, when he has that I think it's behind the gloves, or is it behind the gloves where he sits down with Johnny Nelson? There's that when Johnny Nelson's in the center, AJ and Dylan White, they're obviously having their gloves are off or something like that.
Yeah, gloves are off.
And there's a
Yes.
situation where he's like, yeah, let's have it. So that kind of energy, man. I think, yeah, let's have it. Oh, so Boric is fighting on Usyk, Fury 2 undercard. Yeah, I would like that's an interesting fighter to put in there. Definitely, I would like to see who they put him in there with. I don't see see in an undercard of any event they'll maximize its potential and have it in China. So, cuz China, can we see Riyadh season China, and we're seeing it headlined by Martin Bakoli and Gile Big Bang Zhang? I think that sounds
There's a possibility that could happen. There's
Mm.
a good possibility that could happen. But what I'm saying is run the fight now, because let's look. What are we waiting for? Do you know what I mean? These are the times. We mentioned it in the previous pod. Boxers need to be kept active. Let's just that
Yeah.
boxers are supposed to be fighting. What is it? What, 3 times a year? 4 times a year? Well, okay, they say 3 times a year. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like let's just do it now. Let's just do it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Because
we
the
need
problem is, like, look, there's a possibility where winner of Dubai, AJ, and Fury Usyk will most likely fight each other in March, I believe. March, and ain't that the end of Riyadh season? Correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
Mm.
I believe so. So let's just
That
hope, let's have it, man. Like you said, let's have it. But at the same time, I'm hoping, we could, see it happening. I would love for it to happen, but then at the same time, it's down to the dollars and cents, because
Mm.
these fighters are also prize fighters, man.
I
So
I have a question to ask you. I'm a bit confused. Joe
mm.
Cordino, is he with Matchroom?
Ooh, I'm sure. I believe so. I believe he's with
Reason
Metro.
why I say this is because I understand Shakur has been signed to Matchroom, right? And Eddie made a statement said that he wants Shakur to have 2 fights, and then next year, I believe summertime, he's gonna try and make Tank and Shakur Stevenson. But at the same time, I'm thinking, wait, hold on, and you overlook, don't you promote both guys? So I don't know. So I'm thinking, I'm assuming is he a free agent or he's no longer with Matchroom?
Now you know what Eddie's doing. Eddie. He's been a tremendous salesperson, and he knows that him just signing Shakur. That's a tremendous signing, by the way. He's a very talented fighter. I definitely think that he's one of those fighters like a Crawford who is super talented, but has lacked in terms of the backing of the promoter who's been kind of pushing him out. So I think that Eddie, is doing what he does best. Unfortunately, that's it's the same sort of scenario if AJ's fighting another heavyweight in Matchroom. Eddie would do the same thing. Like,
Okay.
regardless, he doesn't care who it is. If it's his cash cow, he's putting him first. So, big up to Ra in the chat as well. Mind, I'm sure if you saw them as well. Big up to Ra and championship fight in Congo. That's what we want to see as well. And he's under a promotional deal with 3 left, I think. So, thank you so much, Jason, for the update. Big up Ra. Big up Ra. And Lucy's obviously saying, as far as I know, Cordina is still a Matchroom fighter. So, like I said, Eddie's just doing what Eddie does. Eddie's just promoting Shakur Stevenson. And, that's, I'm guessing if you're his promoter, you would want to, promote that. You would want to try and make the Tank fight happen, man, because that's what we want to see.
I understand that, but at the same time, what happened to loyalty? Because do you know what I mean? She just signed Shakur, and obviously he's been with Joe Cordino for time. So that's how I was thinking.
Loyalty in
Is something
business.
going on there? Huh?
No loyalty in business, unfortunately, man. There's no loyalty in boxing, man. Unfortunately, we see it happening all the time on a daily basis, man.
He's loyal to AJ. He's loyal to AJ.
Yeah, because AJ, win, lose or draw, he brings in money. Win, lose or draw, he brings in money because of the partnerships that he's got, the endorsements. Regardless of what happens, AJ even if he loses, he's still gonna get his position in a billboard, outside of Westfield, across of London. Like, you're gonna see him everywhere. You're gonna see him doing ads. I think I saw something to do with Range Rover the other day with AJ. So like, he's active. He's active, man. So regardless, win, lose or draw, he's still active.
So Joe Cordina's left Tony Sims. He's now with Bazza.
Big up Bazza. Big up Bazza. Exactly. Big up Bazza, because the camp now, the stable, it's just looking like an all-star, tremendous stable. You got obviously Chris Congo in there. You got Fabio Wardley. You obviously got Joshua in there. You got who else, man? I'm missing a few names. You got Moses Satuma. You've got Alois Jr. in there as well. So in that little stable, that camp, it's just fighters upon fighters, and they could all feed off each other as well. So I think that's good. And Bazza, we know him well. He does a tremendous job on his end. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what he could potentially do with Joe Cordina, because look, he's got quite a few people, man. And look, Jason's saying, don't get it twisted. Eddie isn't doing JC any favors. He's doing him dirty, throwing him to the line, which is fair. Bro, Shabazz. So you could say Eddie is being loyal, but getting a world title shot straight after he's being beaten, which is true, which is 100% true. Raz speaking a lot of facts here. Heard that Moses Atuma wants the Joe Parker fight. I think it makes sense. Him fighting Parker, because no one wants to fight Parker for some reason. Everyone's kind of skipping him. He is the interim title holder. I know of the last show we mentioned that, the whole interim stuff and all of that. But at the end of the day, if I'm a fighter and I know that, Usyk and Fury occupied for unification, then you've got Dubois versus Joshua occupied for the IBF. You've just got the interim. So if you know that you beat Joseph Parker, then you're in line for a title shot, man. So I think it makes sense, man.
Would you not say that's him being rushed? Because think about it, he's missing out on the British clash, European clash, and potentially going straight into a world title opportunity. So okay, as of now, I'm asking you in the community, would you say Moses beats Joseph Parker?
Moses, I think he's ready, man. I think he's ready. Maybe I won't throw him in straight away with Joseph Parker straight away, but I think he's ready, cuz, man. I think he's more than ready, man. He's more than ready. Hasn't won a domestic title yet. Fast tracking to world level is too much of a stretch. Yes, I agree. Get him the British title shot. Solomon. You know what? Because I'm old school, cuz I respect the traditional route, which is, regional. After you've been regional, European. After you've been European, getting some world title eliminators, win some world title eliminators, get an interim title shot. I'm just as a traditional route, but what we're seeing happening is a lot of people getting fast tracked, like Conor Benn, for example. My views. Obviously, I think he's a talented boxer, but I think he's been fast tracked too quickly. He's missing the whole regional, European, and he's getting jumped straight into the kind of world level, man. So, and big up our brother George as well. Obviously, a tremendous interview. He's obviously signed in from his channel. So guys, make sure you're signed in and you subscribe to his channel, because you're getting the juice on his shows. You're getting the juice because he's been involved in the sport for over all his life, essentially 15 years in HBO, and look all these great fighters and legends that he's been able to meet over the years. So guys, just make sure you follow him, man. But cuz it's just a madness, man. But obviously,
if he beats Parker and then potentially becomes the heavyweight, he'll be one of the youngest heavyweight champion of the world, right? Then he's made history.
Yeah, definitely, he's made history. Dakes, yep. So everyone's calling for the British title fight. I think that it makes
No,
sense.
but Solomon Dakas, ain't he's the English champion.
Yeah, go for that, bro.
But
Yeah.
do you know what? If I'm honest, I think they should put him with Johnny Fisher.
What you're saying, Moses Tuma, Johnny Fisher? Yeah, it'll be a good fight, man. I think it'll be a good domestic bout. I think it's something that definitely needs to happen. You know, Johnny Fisher sells tickets, and you know, wherever they do it, it's going to be a full house because Johnny Fisher, just from my experience, you know, dealing with, you know, working with promoters, tickets, online sales, and physical tickets, you know, Johnny Fisher's always the guy that is up there in terms of doing tickets. So it should be a good one, man. All of them are scared of Moses. This is what Ra's saying. All of them are scared of Moses, cuz. What do you think, man?
When you say all of them, who are them?
Oh, yeah.
About, like, the...
Ra.
Sorry?
Now, I'm saying, Ra, in the chat, be more specific. Who exactly is scared of Atuma? This is what we want to know. Ooh, and no Brit is scared to fight. Look, Mr. Neutral's obviously saying that no Brit is scared to fight, man. So, what are you saying, man?
Boy,
what are you
I mean, I'm literally saying, I've said this already. I said he should fight the winner of Wardley and Frazier.
Ooh. What you've
But then
putting him
Satin tells me whoever wins will most likely vacate the belt.
That's what I'm saying. I think after that fight that you mentioned, in fact, man, and look, we got to obviously mention this card is going to be truly tremendous, man. And Wardley's obviously holding the titles at the minute. So, yeah, I think whoever wins this moves on and the titles kind of get vacated. That's just my views, man. Do you know what I mean? That's just my views. That is just genuine.
Do you think the winner out of Frazier and Clark, do you think they're going to the Europe? Do you think they'll be challenging for the European next, or do you think they want to work there? What they want to potentially win a title shot?
Not a title shot straight away, no. But you know, ease up, European, push into title eliminator, go up the ranks, of course. Obviously, Lucy's saying Atuma might be too big of a risk that wouldn't pay enough for Parker, which is true. It is more of a high risk, low reward because he's a prospect. So I do agree with Lucy. And Jams is obviously saying I agree. I think he cleans up Dakes and cleans up the winner of I can't agree. You know why? I can't. You know why, man? Because Wardley. There's something about Wardley where I think that in terms of the development, even though he hasn't had much of an amateur career, I think his development is a little bit, ahead. And I think he's pushing more for European / being in the mix to, eventually fight for a title. Whereas I think Atuma is just a little bit behind in terms of where he's at. But I think he should just English title, British title. Once he's done that, done a few defenses, move up, European, and then after he's become European champion, put him in for a world title shot. And during that time, the belts is going to be scattered anyway after after the unification bout. So there's no rush, man. He's still young. He's not even hit he's not hit 21 yet, innit? He's not hit 21 yet, innit, man? So yeah, there's no rushing him, man. But I think they're rushing him because of that record, that Mike Tyson record. But I don't think they should be rushing him, man. I think he's the way he's developing as well. I think the matchmaking has been really good from Queensbury. And I think they should just continue. Look, turns 20 in December, man. So he's still very young. He's still 19, cuz that. He's still young. Don't rush the kid. This is what we do in England, and we do it with so many different sports, like football, soccer, for our American audience. We like to over push our athletes, and if they don't reach a certain heights, then we kind of blame them. No, just be easy. Let them develop. I think he's tremendously talented, but I want him to, do things the proper way, But let's see what happens. Tyson's record's unbeatable. Boxing doesn't allow 14 fights a year. You see what I mean? Because we're just in a different situation. You'd be lucky to get 14 fights in one. Oh, man. Mate.
Do you know what? I reckon, I've said this in the previous pod. I reckon, I'm bored of Mayweather's exhibition fight. Yeah, he's making his money, blah, blah, blah. I reckon
Done the
come out
heist.
of retirement, yeah? Put his 50-0 on the line, fight someone in Misfits, and that's KSI.
Oh, put all his belts on the line that he's won over the years. Imagine that. Imagine that.
Look, we talk about this is daylight robbery, blah 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 blah. But I want to see that fight. I want to see KSI and Floyd. Because look, the reality is, Floyd ain't gonna come out and fight any professional boxer. He ain't gonna come out and fight the likes of Boots Ennis or Conor Ben. Do you know what I mean? So why don't you let him fight a YouTuber, KSI?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's definitely true, man. Absolute madness, man. Absolute madness, man. But let's see what happens, cuz, of course, man. Obviously, it looks like our guest it won't be joining us at the moment, which is cool. It's all good, man. We'll rearrange for another day. I'm just happy that we're able to speak to the community. This is the I would say the inaugural or the historic doubleheader Sunday. We've had 2 back-to-back shows, and we're just doing it for the people, of course. Not all KSI. Let him fight Jake Paul if anyone's in Misfits, but Jake Paul's not really a Misfits fighter. He's a professional fighter.
Professional fighter, yeah, he's a professional fighter.
Yeah, he's a professional fighter.
Yeah, and that fight, I can't see that fight happening anytime soon. But I just think, like I said, because Floyd, to be fair, look, he's 47 and he's still active. Yeah. End of the day, look, it's entertainment. It's entertainment.
But he was just having fun there yesterday, man. Like, just picking his shots. Even had his time to change the ref as well. Just, like, I don't like this.
That was crazy.
You know what I mean? That's the kind of energy. But the thing is, and we said this on the other show with George, of course. Mayweather says it in his press conferences. He said it in the past. He said, "Look, this is legal bank robbery. Like, you don't have to watch me fight these exhibitions. You can say whatever. If you don't like it, don't watch me." But he still goes in there, does his job, comes out, and his legacy's still intact, man. So, I wasn't really for it, but at the end of the day, we did see, we've got to speak about this kid. This kid is looking absolutely tremendous, of course. Cuz, what's your thoughts about Morton?
Future world champion. Future world champion. We just have to see. End of the day, like, look, the opponents that he's fighting, they're reasonably okay, but I want to see him fight somebody decent. But again, you don't want to rush him. But like I said, the way he's going, he's definitely a future world champion in his division.
He literally looks like a baby. Yeah, I agree. And the craziest thing as well, he reminds me. Obviously, they're completely different fighters, but he reminds me of a young Tank as well, man. Like, when Tank was kind of coming up with Floyd, similar kind of situation as well. So I definitely see that there is a talent there for the future, and he can cause a lot of problems, man, for sure.
Talk about Tank. Who is he fighting? Because he's supposed to be fighting in November.
Boy, I have no idea. It's down to Tank who he wants to fight, really. He's the champion. Is he gonna, take on one of his mandatories? Or is he gonna, Lomachenko? Why does Lomachenko want to fight him? We don't know. He kind of wants to do the tick for tack situation where in the past, when he wanted to fight Tank, the whole situation with Mayweather didn't allow that to happen. And then now Tank wants to fight him, and he's kind of doing the same thing to Tank and his team. You guys didn't want to fight me before. I don't want to fight you now. So it would just be interesting just to see who he does fight in the end. But I hope, I hope eventually, and I think I've said this in the previous show, I don't think this fight is gonna happen anytime soon. I think they're gonna do a Mayweather Pacquiao situation where no, not Mayweather Pacquiao, a more of a Spence Crawford situation where both guys collect belts and then build it up, and then eventually fight for all of the marbles. And I think that's just the best way to settle the score. When it's for titles, money, everyone's going to be happy. The promoters are going to be happy. The broadcasters are going to be happy. So, but my question to you though is, if that fight was to happen, cuz, what broadcaster is going to broadcast it? Is it going to be a joint thing? Is Shakur still going to be with Eddie Hearn during that time? Is he going to somehow do a PBC, the zone? Like, I just don't see how it could work, cuz, man, honestly. But
it's an interesting one, but it has to be a joint one. It has to, it has to be a joint one, because the aim so far is so Shakur's got a 3-fight deal with Matchroom, right?
this is Lucy's absolutely right. I forgot even to mention this. Yes, he will take advantage of that situation. The fact that Pitbull lost the belt, I reckon he'll move up to 140, pick up that belt, because he can fight at both weights in a way, like 135, 140. We've seen him do it the last time when he fought Mario Barrios, the last time when he moved up to 140. Even though a lot of people are going to say, oh, that's just a regular title. But, he's still, moved up in weight to fight the heavier fighter. And we've seen, how big, Mario Barrios, El Azteca. I do like El Azteca, man. I can't lie. You know me, cuz, man. I've been saying his name for a minute, man. And, let's hope, he gets a good opportunity in the future, man. But Tank, I definitely think he could move up to 140 to make that fight, of course. And Raz saying it won't be joint or have Matchroom involved. Might get it when he's a free agent again, which is fair. And in my opinion, Shakur was signed with PBC after the 2-fight deal. It makes sense, cuz.
And a 3-fight deal.
3-fight, 2-fight.
Because what Eddie's saying is the aim, I believe, in his last fight, it will be fighting Tank. That's what he wants. So after this fight, once he fights Joe Cordino, he's got another fight, and then they're trying to make the Tank fight next year summer. Let's see. Let's see if that can happen, man, because that's gonna be. No, but you know what, cuz, let's be optimistic. If Eddie's saying that he wants to do that, then we've got to go with Eddie, man. Eddie, he's trying to make he's not trying to, but he's making some noise in the States, through his signing. Like, I think that's a major signing for Matchroom to have Shakur Stevenson in the mix, of course, man, because it's showing you that Matchroom and Eddie Hearn is now becoming global, man. The fact that he's done the regional here in the UK, his dad, created a tremendous legacy. He's taken them to a whole new level, making them global. So him being in the States, mate, I think it's tremendous, man. So more of it, man. More of it. More of it, for sure. Yeah, it's the only way. Yeah, cuz, man, obviously, apologies, guys, that our guest, didn't join us today, but we'll get him straight back on. We obviously probably had a few technical issues or whatever, man. But, guys, we've given you the double header, of course. We've given you a couple hours of our time, to bless you. And hopefully you guys have, enjoyed the shows. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Tell a friend about us. Word of mouth is still very powerful. And if you enjoyed the shows, just tell a friend about it. Tell a neighbor. Tell your boxing fans about what we do and all the shows that we have as well. So just a quick reminder for the people, of course. So Mondays, we've got Green Diamond Boxing with Aisha, who's available in the chat as Green Diamond Boxing. Tuesday, we obviously have
the Stay Weighed In show, which features Abbas and Ray. And also later on that evening, we'll have Across the Way from the US to the UK featuring the Commissioner, aka True Dollar Bill, and Rico. And then Wednesdays, we're obviously back with the Roundup. And then Thursdays, we've got R&R Hour with Rico and Ra. Ra's in the chat. And big up to Ra. Does tremendous work for Punch Out Boxing. So make sure you guys are tuned into that. So, Fridays, we've obviously got the crossover where we're covering the Misfits influencer YouTube scene. That's done by Abbas. And Hard Talk is obviously going to be back on a Friday. So Neutral actually has a special guest. I don't want to reveal that unless he does in the chat, but I don't want to reveal that. I want you guys to kind of, you know, be a bit shocked with that one. And then on Saturday, we've obviously got watch alongs just based on your requests. And then Sundays, we're back with the Roundup. But cuz obviously, as we do, bless the community. And cuz we have to obviously bless our sponsors as well, man. And I just want to get another opportunity seeing what you do best, man. big up D-Rock once again. Big up to everyone in the chat as well. Big up once again to George Jakovich. So guys, just make sure you're following what he does, man. And I have to give him another shout out, man, because he's an absolute legend. So one round with George. Make sure you head over to his page, of course. And he's obviously saying he loves the show. You guys do deserve more subs, more sponsors. No, big up to you. We just need you guys to enjoy the shows, and we're happy with that, of course. And Raz obviously saying, always great to hear your mellow tones on Sunday. Blessings upon blessings, and you'll get both, man. So, no, big up to you, cuz, man. Big up. I'm going to hand it over to you, but, cuz, thank you so much on the promo as well, man. Big up to you, bro.
I do try, but yeah, man. No, guys, thank you for tuning in. Keep supporting. You know, we're here on Wednesday. Listen, have a lovely, productive week, and stay tuned in. Peace and love.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I start my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flick.